G'day, yeah, thought I'd do another quick video to take these off. What's it going to be about? Well, that's a hard one. Well, it isn't a hard one because I've kind of got the idea of what I'm going to talk about. You can see I never plan these videos. I just go on my punch bag like I have just been, come off, and I get that little urge which says somebody wants to watch this. Somebody has commented on my walls again. So I'm going to talk about them in a minute. At the end of the video, I could do it at the start, but I'm going to do it at the end because it's probably boring. Because not everybody wants to know what's on my walls. Anyway, so what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about, in my opinion, it's always my opinion, what makes a good boxer. I'm also going to talk about boxing clubs. How they used to be. See, it all starts flowing. I didn't know I was going to talk about that, and it just comes in. Yeah, the old boxing clubs. St Giles. You know, when we used to go there, it was like, it's a great club. I liked it. St Giles at the time was like a rough part of Lincoln. You know, it's I've probably said it before. Back in them days, you never had no Sky Telly, or Sky was just coming out. But whenever there's a Rocky film on, the next day they'll be queuing at the booking door. There'll be loads of them, all thinking they can be the next Rocky. It's just the way people are. Everyone's like that. I was probably, would I like that? No, I wasn't. The reason why I started up boxing was, well, I suppose I hated heavy poker, but that's a different story. That's why I took up boxing. I didn't like myself, and you can only hit yourself that hard. So it was a way of getting rid of my aggression, because I had plenty of it. Probably still have, but it's now controlled hitting the bags. Anyway, I'm waffling. Yeah, in our day, you would match you'd be sparring, you do 3 rounds. You know, it'd be a sparring night, everyone's on the bag doing the circuits, and then the chap would, the trainer, I won't mention names, call somebody out, and you get your gloves on. In them days, well, you could have your own gloves, but they had a lot of spare pairs of gloves. I think everyone nowadays brings their own gloves, which I think is a better idea. But anyway, you put the gloves on, you get in the ring, and you wait for the next person he calls. And you'll be thinking, fucking hell, who's he going to call? One of the lads, PJ, I'm going to mention his name because he's a hero of mine. Irish lad, PJ Lynch, always from Lincoln, I know him. He's not the young one, he's the one who's older than me, so he'd be about 60 odd now, I would say. He was probably, might even be over 60. But he was older than me. He was a tough, proper scrapper, do you know what I mean? But anyway, you wouldn't want to be his name to be called. But normally they matched you with somebody, you would fight them. Normally a bit better or even. And after a time, when you got a bit better with him, they put you in with somebody a little bit better. The way they used to test you, I'm going to mention the trainer's name, Kev Moore. The way he used to test you, they said if you could do 3 rounds with PJ, then you're ready to fight. And that's the way he used to test you. It was always hard 3 rounds, believe me. You see a catch up, I'd try and stay out his way. But yeah, as time gets on, when somebody's coming forward all the time, you get a bit knackered. But anyway, that's the way it was in them days. There's a lot more sparring. Everyone now, which I don't like, all these gyms now, you see them doing it all the time. Body sparring. Body sparring. Basically, those that don't know what that is, it's your sparring, but you're just punching somebody's body. Alright, yeah, I know. Harold Bomber Graham, yeah, they used to do it in Sheffield gyms. Personally, what's the point? What's the point? You only have to hold your hands down here. You know, you only got your body to protect, because that's all they're hitting. So what the hell are you doing? You know, if I ever did body sparring, alright, I'm a bit of a twat. If I did body sparring, I use my elbows. I've always used my elbows. You know, somebody comes chucks a body, he's only got the body to protect. If they come around the outside, I put my elbow out. Boom, boom. Coming in with like an uppercut for the solar plexus, elbow out. Boom, hits them on the elbow. They soon wouldn't want to spar me because every time they hit me, they hurt themselves. Now, I wouldn't hit them much. I tend to, you know, I've got hands. I don't want to hit people on the elbows, arms. With these, I want to be hitting face and stomach and stuff. So, where would I hit? Being a bastard again. If somebody's protecting like this, here's a nice bicep here. Bang! They get a few shots on the bicep. Body sparring. They ain't going to want to fucking do anything with you. After they've had probably 2 rounds body sparring with you, they didn't want it anymore. I was, how many punches did I chuck? Yeah, in a round, I probably chucked 15. All on the biceps. Occasionally, if I can see a nice little shot, straight in the body, but I'm not hitting anything hard. But a lot of these gyms now, waffling again, just tend to do body sparring. Personally, I don't rate it. I'm going to put my coat on. It's getting a bit chilly in here. So, I do a lot of body sparring. Why do they do a lot of body sparring? I got no idea. Going to make them good at the body, protecting the body? No, I don't think so. Because they got their hands down here all the time. Now, if they're doing body sparring and hitting the head, like proper boxing, then they've got their hands up here, and then they can start protecting the body a bit better. But just body sparring, waste of time. Also, there's another gym in Lincoln, talking to a few lads who've been down there. They go in, stay to the end, and they do the sparring at the end. Now, I took one of my lads down there once to get some sparring in. He jumped in the ring, he did 1 round. He jumped out, somebody else jumped in, sparred somebody else. Right, he did 1 round, he must have waited for another 3 people to have sparred before he got back in. And then the same again. He probably did 3 rounds, and then after 1 round, he's back out, and he's got to wait again. In my books, which is this time, I know I always say what I think, but you've got to do a minimum of 3 rounds all in one go. Because if you don't, you're getting your breath back. You know, if somebody says, right, you're going to go in there for 1 minute, I'll go in a hell of a lot higher work rate because I know I'm only in there for 1 minute. So of course I'm going to go higher work rate because I know I've got about 5-6 minutes rest. But it's not like a real fight. Everything has got to be like the real fight. You've got to get close to it. That's why I do bag work all the time. How can you get closer to the real fight? Well, you can with a shield, pads maybe. But it's got to be punching. You've got to get as close to the real thing as possible. Anyway, these boxing clubs, nowadays, my opinion, and I know I'm right, they don't do enough sparring. Now, which moves us on to the next thing. What makes a good boxer? I'll tell you what makes a good boxer. Now, these clubs, right, what I'm talking about, they train. They train hard. They train hard. But they're missing out on the sparring. Why are they missing out on sparring? I don't know. Maybe it's England boxing. And they've probably got rules where they shouldn't be hitting the head and as much as, you know, like in my day or anyone comes here on a sparring, you're getting it all the time. So you learn. They're not sparring enough. And here we go. My last thing I said. What makes a good boxer? I'll tell you what makes a good boxer. Sparring. Sparring makes a good boxer. Do you know why? Because it's the closest thing you can get to a real fight. That's what makes somebody good. By plenty of sparring. Now, I was talking to somebody the other day. He had a fight. And from what I see, I've got crap eyesight now. What I could see, this other chap was catching him with a jab, peach shots. He had long arms, yeah, fair enough. And I've been in the same situation. Now, what I'm trying to say is, the sparring builds your reflex or your muscle memory, your ability to avoid a punch. Now, let's put it this way. If you didn't spar much and you did, I don't know, 3 rounds every 2 weeks, which is somewhat what a lot of these gyms are doing, that's it. Nothing. I like to do 10 rounds here. I'm not saying that's I'm saying what I'm saying. I think that's better because you've got all them extra punches been thrown at you, so your brain is actually learning to dodge them. That's what makes a good boxer. The ability to see punches coming and to move, or to see a punch coming, block. You know, that's what makes a good boxer. And the only way you can get that, so I was saying, I'm going to mention names, yeah. I was talking to Luke, and that's what I said, that's what he needs. He just needs, you know, he's strong, got plenty of power, he's got everything there, he just needs the experience. Which is getting, don't you know, not knocking anybody, which is what he is getting it. He's just got to get that experience where, let's put it this way, you agree with this. I mean, he's just had a fight. I mean, how many times had somebody thrown punches at you before that fight? Not many. I don't know how many, but it ain't going to be many. But imagine if you was having that fight, and before that fight, somebody had thrown 10,000 punches at you. Let's say 500 hit. I don't know. Let's say fucking 5,000 hit. It don't matter. But after all them 10,000 punches, yeah, I'm talking it could be a couple of months, I don't know. After them 10,000 punches being thrown at you, your brain is going to get better because you're going to dodge them. And if you don't dodge them, that's the time to quit because you're going to end up with fucking brain damage. Simple. You know, just if you can't dodge them, you know, then you ain't going to be a good boxer. It's, you know, some people can do this. I used to have motorbikes. I used to ride the bikes. Could I get my knee down on the corner? Nah, could I? Fuck. I get, you know, some people, I weren't bad. You know, I was average. But some people, they get on a bike and it'd be like, it was just pure natural. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same with boxing. How would I get good to ride that bike? Well, I would have to go to a track and get used to riding that bike, ride it more. You know, instead of just going on, you know, we're talking about corners here, going around corners and shit. The way to get that is to go around more corners. If you go around more corners, you're going to get better riding the bike. And it's the same with the boxing. If you get in that ring and more people are throwing punches, the more you're avoiding them, or the more they're hitting you, and then you're trying to avoid them, the better you're going to get. So, what makes a good boxer? Sparring. I'm not talking about bloody sparring, hard sparring. That can come later. I'm talking about getting your brain, you know, fast sparring. Fast. Some people say, well, I can't hit light. Personally, I think if you can hit hard or if you can hit fast, then you can hit light. It's, you know, if you can't, then I think you're throwing your punches wrong. But I could be wrong. Who knows? I ain't supersonic, mate. I can get wrong sometimes, but that's my opinion. If you can throw your punches light, then you can throw your punches hard. And it's the same again. By throwing them light, you feel you're making that balance more. You know, your light punch, it's there. Do you know what I mean? When if you can only throw them heavy, boom, we've lost that little bit of flow because you put all that weight on there. So it's good to throw the punches light and fast, especially in sparring, and then build it up. Then you can, after so many rounds, let's have a hard spar. You know, you can have a hard spar with a sparring partner, and you can still see that punch, where you could knock them out, you know, or you can see where they're open, tell them. You know, I reckon, you know, he was open there. If I had done that, it would have caught you. You know, that's why when you see me spar, I don't throw many overhand rights, because it's a punch you throw which has got to come pretty hard, because it's got to come fast. Sometimes I do chuck it light and it never really hits, because, you know, it goes light. So anyway, what makes a good boxer is sparring, the ability to see punches coming, and the only way you're going to see the ability to see punches coming is by sparring. Yeah, anything else I want to talk about? I did have loads, because something goes in my head and then I think, oh, you know. So yeah, sparring. Yeah, that's it's just a little fine thing. Talking to Luke, you know, sometimes somebody's only got to be that much better than somebody else, but in the later rounds, it's going to catch up with you. It's just that little thing, that little ability to see something. Same with a person who's in the corner. You know, I can watch a fight and my brain goes into like computer mode. I can see, you know, like bloody Terminator. It's like that. I can see what they're doing wrong and stuff like that. That reminds me, I've got to have a word with somebody about something they're doing wrong. Yeah, right, I'm going to talk about a few things that are on the wall. Now, I'm going to read some out because somebody asked, and I'm going to try and explain them afterwards. Right, first one. I fear no man who throws 10,000 punches a day, but I do fear one man who throws one punch 10,000 times a day. That's from Bruce Lee, that is. Basically, it means what it says. I mean, I'll read another one out. I just go to any old one. The jab is the foundation of every punch. The lion never loses sleep over the opinions of sheep, which is a good one. I like that one. Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. It's another good one. What else? When you train here, it is not just the body, it's the mind and the spirit, which is true as well. Power comes from the spirit, it doesn't come from the mind. What else did I put? Boxing does not give free lessons to anyone, which is true. So when I say boxing has taught me, then rest assured that I have paid the price. Basically it means that I've been battered enough, so I'm qualified to teach people because I know. Read one off this roll. Let's have a look. To understand a good fighter, you must swim in the same waters that they drowned in. Okay, these are just everyday things. Always forget the past, but always remember the lesson. You know, these are just good little things. These, you know, I've always say to people, just read the walls. The punch you do not see is a punch that knocks you out. Thinking makes a good boxer. So think. Let's find another one. A good fighter never needs to tell anyone he is a fighter, as a lion knows it is a lion. Yeah, why go around and tell everyone you're a fighter? Do you know what I mean? Treat everyone who does boxing with politeness and kindness, not because they are nice, but because you are. Yeah, so there you go. If you move, then who's going to hit you? If you stay still, then everyone will hit you. You know, a lot of these are kind of made up in my own head. What else have we got? Don't practice till you get it right, but until you cannot get it wrong. There's another good one, I quite like that. Better to be a lonely lion than a popular sheep. Anyway, I think that'll do, because you're probably getting bored. This is another good one, what I do. That's read that one wrong. Anyway, so that's kind of the stuff. My rules are planted with stuff. So this is what the person who asked. Yeah. Like another one up here, it says you don't always have to tell your side of the story, as time will. Which is bloody true. You know, you don't need to. Weak people who permit thoughts to control their actions are weak, but strong is he who forces his actions to control his thoughts. Take some thinking about. There's something in here that says, oh, if you come in this shed and you leave this shed, you'll leave a better person. Well, everything I read out there is all inspiring. You know, you might think some of them are crap. Here's another one. The best defence is distance. Do you know what I mean? It's all true. And I'm going to read one more, a couple more from down this wall. What else have I got? Mike Tyson never had a gentle spar. That's what I used to say to Tim. If you're getting hit, you're doing something wrong. Change it. Sometimes the people you wanted to be part of your story are only meant to be a chapter. I quite like that one as well. Every dog has its day, which is good. Everyone dog does have his day. What else have we got? He who fights can lose. He who does not, hold on, the fuck. Yeah, was right. He who fights can lose. He who does not fight has already lost. Yeah, quite deep these are. Anyway, so, like I say, I never know what I'm going to talk about in videos. I've probably just bored the hell out of you. But I must have about, I don't know, 400 little things wrote on the walls. Yeah. The good training I have taught you today will often be forgotten tomorrow. That's another good one. I like that. Fear no man, only God. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you anymore, but this is it. You know, and what are we on? 23 minutes already, so I'll just round it up. So yeah, what makes a good fighter basically is practice, and the only way to practice is spar. You know, I can remember having a fight once. I did 9 rounds. 9 rounds before fighting. This is at a boxing club. Did I think I was ready? No. You just rely on what your trainer says. You know, you trust your trainer. I should have done a lot more. There's probably not as many people there filming me to spar. But like with Tim before his fight, we would at least do 140 rounds, at least, because you've got to do that. All right? I'm not saying they're hard rounds, because they're not, but you need to be doing, before a fight, at least 140 rounds. But not everybody's got this facilities to do that. You know, this is a trouble with this England boxing. They're not allowed to come to other places. I think an England boxer would not be allowed to come here and train with me. Because that's the way it is. But to me, he should just keep his gob shut and just come down here anyway, because, like I say, you want to be a good boxer, you got to spar. And the reason why you got to spar is to get your brain thinking, so you can avoid the punches, get used to seeing the punches, get used to giving the punches. If you're in sparring and it's lightish, you ain't got to worry about getting bloody caught. You know, this is another difference. When you're at these boxing clubs, right, when I was younger, when I first started, I would want to beat shit out of everybody. That's all I wanted to do, hurt them. Which you don't learn. You've got to try different things. You've got to get in that ring and you've got to be relaxed. If you relax, you don't get tired. You got to keep them arms relaxed. You don't get tired. You got to keep your brain relaxed. You don't get tired. Now, if all them things you were all uptight about, then you're going to get tired. It's so simple. So simple. Anyway, I'm going to call that a day. I'm going to just thank everyone for watching this videos. If you watched it towards the end, I hope it's given you some benefit. If anyone's out there and you're only doing 3 rounds a week, you know, find a lad in the boxing club and say, come on, let's go down to somewhere and train. I used to have a lad, a good lad, was a good fighter, ended up doing kickboxing and stuff, and yeah, British title, not sure if he had a world title or not. We used to train in a multi-storey car park. You know, at night it used to be shut. We used to go in there. You had the, you know, you got your bays, concrete bays where you all park the cars. We just put something around it, or just put my car here and his car there, and we had that square, and we just spar in there. 15 rounds. We used to do 15 rounds. You know, if you go to a boxing club, find somebody your weight you spar with and say, come on, mate, let's go and get some sparring. We benefit each other. You're not trying to outsmart each other. You're trying to build each other. I mean, we've got sparring on Thursday. We'll have to see how that sparring goes. I can't spar, you know, due to health things at the moment, which is absolutely killing me. Not being able to spar, not the health problem, or I hope not. But it's driving me balmy that I can't spar. Absolutely crazy. It's like, as I say, for me, it's like not being able to have sex. You know, that's it. You can't. You know, because that's what I always done, and that's what I enjoy doing. I know I'm a bit too bloody old for it, but so what? It was, you know, I need to bloody train. I know I do still train, but I need to get in there and feel that. See, adrenaline. That's it. See, it's adrenaline. It's the adrenaline. I think that's probably why I've been boxing. Do you know what? Talking to Elliot. All right, Elliot, you haven't watched it this far, I know. If you have, tell me. I guarantee you haven't. Anyway, yeah, Elliot was saying, he went down to his boxing club. I said, oh yeah, I won't remember going down there. You know, and I worked it out. That's 40 years ago. I've been boxing 40 years. I keep telling everyone on here and that I've been boxing like 38 years or 37, I can't remember. And I suddenly worked it out. I've been boxing 40 years. So if I've been boxing 40 years, I've more or less sparred. I probably had a bit of with my bike accident and stuff. So you could take a year off, yeah, for all my illnesses and shit like that. Let's take 2 years off, right? That you can basically say I've sparred for 38 years, at least 20 rounds a week. And now I've stopped, you can understand why I want to get in there and spar. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't want to get in there and hurt somebody. I want to get in there and enjoy it. That's it. Sometimes I've got up there on my wall. What is it? I'm going to read another one out. See? Everyone gets sick of me. Ain't it nice to go home with a black eye? It's bloody lovely. This is why I'm on like, I've had a blood clot in my leg and I'm on these blood thinners. And I mark up dead easy. It's on about internal bleeding if I get hit in the stomach and shit like that. Yeah, this is what the doctors are saying. But the main reason why I haven't got back sparring is I'm shit scared of the bloody wife. Because if I come out, because you mark easy, you've only got a bloody something to do with these blood thinners. If I did some sparring, I come out of this shed and I've been told by the doctors and that not to spar, and I've got bloody bruises all over me bloody face, I'll be getting some more from the missus. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm scared of a few things in life. One's God, which is the one who I'm scared of the most. The second who I'm pretty scared of is the police. And well, I'm not scared of him. I don't bloody like him. Do you know what I mean? Don't bloody like him. They're fucking slimy bastards. Probably gets this video took down off this, but they are. I've been interviewed by him just recently, and they are slimy. Make out you your mate. Do you know what I mean? All pally. But then when you get down in that interview room, they're still making out they're all pally, and then they try and get this. They're just slimy. Try and stitch you up. Anyway, yeah, I don't like the police. I'm not scared of the police. I might be scared of the police. There's nothing wrong with telling the truth. Because if I knocked at the door, I'll probably shoot myself. But anyway, yeah. So God's the main thing. I'm scared of the police. Probably the second thing. And then the third thing is I'm scared of the missus. Yeah. It's like, yeah, a bit like, I won't say, but yeah, I used to know somebody who could curdle milk just by looking at it. But anyway, we'll leave that out because I'll be getting into trouble. Oh yeah, up on the wall also it says, a wise head keeps a still tongue. Now I should have said that, thought of that before I said it. Yeah, but I am on a talking video anyway. Anyway, God bless you all. All right, Mohammed, hope you'll watch it to the end, mate, if you find it interesting. Thank you, everyone, all my subscribers, all the boxers what come down here as well. Thanks, over and out. Oh, don't forget, hit first, hit hard, keep on hitting. Over and out.